Hello, and welcome to the very first episode of Witchy Tidbits. I am your hostess, Amethyst Storm Moon. We have an awesome show for you. We'll be discussing meditation, spirits, psychic vampires, protection herbs, stones, and candles, corrupted paranormal jargon. We will also have our Q&A and our weekly tip. This week's music is brought to you by a group called Within Temptation. Check them out, guys. We will take a short musical break and be right back here on Witchy Tidbits. Stick around. And we are back. I am your hostess, Amethyst Stormoon, and this is Witchy Tidbits. We are going to jump right into our discussion and start out with meditation. We've all heard of meditation. A lot of people think it's just for martial artists or witches. It's not the case. I have met many, many people that are neither witch nor martial artists that use meditation. It is fabulous for stress relief or just to think over a problem or a situation to come up with an answer or a resolution. Meditation does require you to be able to clear your mind and to focus. And we all know that is not always easy. I mean, those of us that have children or pets or perhaps a very busy cell phone. All these things can be very, very distracting. Believe me, I feel. But I do have some tips for you on how to get past all of the distractions. If you have children, just wait until after they've gone to bed. That's the best option because those of us that are parents know that even when you're in the shower or in the restroom, there's still not much in the way of privacy when you have children. One reason or another, they always seem to manage to need something just as you've gone into the bathroom for whatever reason. Another option is try doing your meditation during your daily shower. 5-10 minutes. Sometimes that's all you need. I personally recommend about an hour of meditation each day. Now, this is for optimal effects. However, I realize not everybody's got an hour every single day. But even if it's just 5 to 10 minutes every other day, you will still notice a huge difference. You will feel better. You will be a lot less stressed. And things won't seem quite so overwhelming. Another suggestion I have is if you are having trouble focusing, which we all do from time to time, like, for example, in the shower or the bath, focus on the sound of the water as it runs. Or go outside and listen to the wind in the trees. Or, heck, go in your laundry room and sit and focus on the sound of the washer or the dryer. I know that sounds a little hokey, but, it's whatever you gotta do. Just find your favorite song and put it on repeat. Or just something instrumental and put it on repeat. You don't have to do anything really fancy. Believe me, any little bit will do you good. With that being said, I am now going to move on to our discussion of craft and paranormal jargon. First of all, we will start with the term craft. Craft is short for witchcraft. Most of us that practice witchcraft just simply refer to it as the craft. Now, our first term is a witchcraft term, and it is Diosil. Diosil means clockwise. Our next term is Widdershins, another witchcraft term, and it means counterclockwise. So Diosil clockwise, Widdershins counterclockwise. Next, we have manifest. Manifest means the ability of a spirit to affect the physical plane, be it to affect physical objects or to appear within the physical. Now, manifestations can be anything from footsteps all the way up to a full body apparition, and everything in between. Our next term is EVP. This stands for Electronic Voice Phenomenon. This is a recording of a spirit's voice or a spirit's words. Now, sometimes they are just parts of a conversation that had occurred before their death. Sometimes it is a warning or a threat, depending on the type of spirit you're dealing with. And sometimes it can be a very intelligent response answering your questions. Last one to discuss is residual haunting. A residual haunting is where there is no spirit, but energy has been absorbed and is occasionally played back again. For example, somebody was shot. You might hear the sound of a gunshot. It's not that it's happening, it's not that there's a spirit there, it's just that that energy was absorbed by the room or the walls or the ground or whatever, and it's now being released as the sound of the gunshot. Now we will take a short musical break, and when we come back, we will discuss protection herbs, stones, and candles, psychic vampires, spirits, our weekly tip, and our Q&A. So please stick around.
I've been left out alone like a damn criminal. I've been praying for help, 'cause I can't take it all. I'm not done. It's not over. Now I'm fighting this war since the day of the fall, and I'm desperately holding on to it all, but I'm lost. I'm so damn lost. Oh, I wish it was over, and
And we are back again. We are going to start off our discussion with protection herbs. Now, these are in no specific order. They're not going to be grouped by ability level. I'll just be listing them off. But I will put up a copy of this list, much better organized, on our Facebook page, and I will attempt to put one as well on Google+. Please bear in mind we also have a Twitter account and also a YouTube channel. So check us out. Okay, now let's get down to business, shall we? We will start with Euphorbia, which is advanced. Then we have Gourd, which is beginner. Grass, and I'm not talking about Mary Jane. I'm talking about the grass that grows in your front lawn. It's beginner. Black hellebore is a master. Now, before I go any further, I would like to point out that most master and expert levels tend to be poisonous. I will certainly tell you if something is poisonous before moving on. That being said, if you have children or pets, I would not advise using these herbs, and do not burn or eat them under any circumstances. Black hellebore is also known as Christmas rose. Moving on. Well, black hellebore, poisonous. Okay. Next we have house leek, which is advanced. Then we have huckleberry, which is a beginner. Lily, which is advanced. Acacia, which is intermediate. Aconite, which is master level and quite poisonous. Acorn, which is advanced. African violet, which is very advanced. Ague, which is intermediate. Aloe, which is a beginner herb. Althea is extremely advanced. Alyssum is intermediate. Anemone, the flower, by the way, is expert. Angelica is beginner, as is anise. Ash tree is intermediate. Asafoetida is extremely advanced. Astragalus is advanced. Balm of Gilead is expert. Bamboo is master. Barley is beginner. Basil intermediate. Bay advanced. Mind you, that means bay leaf. Belladonna is master level and very poisonous. We have bergamot, that is intermediate. Betel nut, which is very advanced. Bilberry, which is intermediate. Birch tree, which is beginner. Black cohosh, which is expert. Now, this one can be taken internally, but not if you are pregnant or nursing. Next up, we have black haw, which is very advanced. Black pepper, which is very advanced. We have wood betony, or just betony, that's advanced. White willow bark, which is beginner, and should not be taken by anyone that takes aspirin, ibuprofen, or or blood thinners. Next, we have Solomon seal, advanced. Marshmallow, the root of it is used, and it is advanced. Lucky hand root is expert. Then we have eucalyptus, which is intermediate. Maluka, which is advanced. Mulberry, which is beginner. Extremely advanced is mustard. Very advanced, nettle. Norfolk pine is a beginner, as is papaya. Pepper tree is master. Plotweed is expert. Periwinkle is master. Purslane is beginner. Rattlesnake root is expert. Sloe, that's S-L-O-E, is very advanced. Southern wood, which is a beginner herb. Squill, which is very advanced. Wintergreen, which is advanced. By the way, we're talking the actual plant, not a roll of wintergreen lifesavers. We have wolfsbane, which is master level. We have datura, also known as angel's trumpet or Jimson weed, master and extremely poisonous. We have vetiver, that is advanced. We have wormwood, which is expert. We have cascara sagrada, which is intermediate. Castor, as in castor bean, which is master and poisonous. Cinchona, which is advanced. Elecampane, which is very advanced. Blackberry is a beginner. Bladderwrack is extremely advanced. Blessed Thistle is very advanced. Bloodroot is expert and very poisonous. Blue Violet, which is the little violets you see on the side of the road and in people's yards around Easter, is intermediate. Blueberry is beginner. Boneset is intermediate. Tamarisk is intermediate. Turnip is for beginners. Wax plant is advanced. Broom, and not the one you sweep with, is advanced. Buckwheat is intermediate. Burdock, otherwise known as cocklebur, is beginner. Burnet is advanced. Butcher's broom is very advanced. Cacti are very advanced. Calamus is extremely advanced. Calendula, or pot marigold, is beginner. Caraway is intermediate. Carnation is advanced. Carob is very advanced. Bearberry is extremely advanced. Cedar is very advanced. Celandine is extremely advanced, but it should not be taken internally and can cause contact allergic reactions. So you may want to wear gloves if you're going to handle celandine. Chia, yes, I am referring to the little plant that grows on the chia pet thing. The seeds are also very nutritious, and it's intermediate. Chives are basic. Chrysanthemum is very advanced. Cilantro is advanced, and coriander is beginner. Now, I'm going to stop here for a moment and say that cilantro and coriander come from the same plant. It's just that cilantro is the leaves and coriander is the seed. Moving on. Cinnamon, which is intermediate. Cinquefoil, which is advanced. Again, do not take it internally. Wear gloves when handling it. Next, we have citronella. Yes, it's the citronella candles that you buy to keep mosquitoes away. And it's intermediate. We have cloves that are beginner. Clover, as in a 4-leaf clover, which is advanced. Club moss, which is intermediate, and so is coconut. Comfrey is extremely advanced. It's great for external use, but do not take it internally. Corn, this means sweet corn, field corn, popcorn, any kind of corn, is intermediate. Cotton, which is very advanced. Coxcomb is extremely advanced. Cramp bark is advanced. Cumin is intermediate, as is curry. Cyclamen is expert. It is poisonous. Do not take it internally. Do not burn it. Cypress is beginner. Dandelion, for protection, you'd want to use the root, and it is beginner. Dandelion root, flower, and leaves are all edible and extremely good for your liver. Next, we have Devil's Bit, which is extremely advanced. Then we have Devil's Claw, which is very advanced. Dill, which is a beginner. Dogwood, which is very advanced. Now, you can take dogwood internally, but it has a very strong laxative effect. Next, we have Dragon's Blood. It is expert. It's only expert because its energy is very, very hard to harness and control. Only those that have mastered the art of manipulating energy should attempt to use Dragon's Blood. Getting back to the list, we have Elder, as in elderflower, which is advanced. Elm tree, which is intermediate. False unicorn root, which is very advanced. Fennel and fern, which are both beginner. Feverfew is intermediate and terrific for migraine. If you suffer from migraines, keep it on hand. Figwort is advanced. Flax is intermediate. Fleabane is very, very poisonous and expert level. Foxglove is where they get the heart drug digitalis, so obviously poisonous and master level. Frankincense, advanced. Galangal, very advanced. Gardenia is advanced. Garlic is beginner, and by the way, if you eat a lot of it, it can help to lower your cholesterol and your blood pressure. So, hint, hint, eat up on the garlic. Just keep a breath mint on hand. Next, we have geranium, beginner. This includes the scented geraniums. Then we have ginseng, which is intermediate. Gorse, which is advanced. Heather, which is intermediate. Heliotrope is very advanced. Henna is extremely advanced. Hickory is beginner. And no, we're not talking about barbecue sauce. We're talking about the hickory tree. Then we have High John, which is intermediate. Holly, which is very poisonous and expert. Then we have Horehound, intermediate and makes a fantastic cough drop, but very, very bitter. Then we have Indigo Weed, which is advanced. Irish Moss, which is very advanced. Then we have Ivy, which is extremely advanced. And please do not use poison ivy. Go for your common ivy. Next we have Juniper, which is intermediate. Kava Kava, which is advanced. Lady Slipper, as in the orchid Lady Slipper, is extremely advanced. Larch, which is advanced. Larkspur, which is poisonous and expert level. Laurel, which is extremely advanced. Lavender, is a beginner herb. It is also great for headaches, stress, sleep, and believe it or not, burns. Next we have leek, the leek that you buy in the grocery store. It's a beginner. Lettuce, which is advanced. Lime, which is advanced. Linden is intermediate. Lotus is very advanced. At the expert level, we have mandrake. And no, it does not scream when you pull it out of the ground as in Harry Potter, but it is very poisonous. Next, we have your common everyday marigold, intermediate. Marjoram, basic. Hyacinth, which is very advanced. Hyssop, which is intermediate. Lilac, which is intermediate. Then we have mimosa, which is advanced. Mint, and this is any kind of mint. That is beginner. By the way, don't plant it in your garden. Plant it in a container. The whole mint family is very, very invasive. You will have nothing but mint in no time. Take it from personal experience. Next, we have mistletoe, which is extremely advanced. Moving on to protection stones. These, you don't have to do anything special, just carry it with you. But remember, any stone or candle that you use for one purpose should never be used for another, because the energies can be crossed and cancel each other out. Or it can do something that you weren't meaning for it to do. So just bear that in mind. Protection stones are agate, amber, my personal favorite, amethyst, citrine, copper, emerald, gold stone, and no, that is not actual gold. This is a completely different material. Jet, moldavite, onyx, pearl, peridot, petrified wood, ruby, sugilite, sunstone, tanzanite, tiger eye, turquoise, and unakite. Now, some of these are cheap, easy to find, some not so much. Everybody's on a budget nowadays. Just, get whatever you can. It doesn't have to be a huge piece. It doesn't have to be, a massive jewel hanging on you or anything. Just a small little chip is more than enough. Our last topic for protection is candles. First of all, we're going to discuss what's called a candle layout. The one we're discussing today is one best for protection, and that is in a triangle shape around you. It's very basic, just 3 candles, all the same color. Protection colors include black or light blue. Now, anytime you use herbs or candles for protection, you let the candles burn down till they go out. You let the herbs burn until they've turned to ash, and then you bury the remnants of these things somewhere on your property. That concludes our discussion of protection, herbs, stones, and candles. Coming up later on, we will have a discussion about psychic vampires, spirits, our Q&A, and our weekly tip. So stick around here on Witchy Tidbits.
I can feel my senses. I just feel the calm. All colors seem to fade away. I can't reach my soul. I would stop running if I knew there was a chance. It tears me apart to sacrifice it all, but I'm forced to let go. Tell me I'm frozen, but what can I do? Can't tell the reasons I did for you, but lost enough to try. I sacrifice for you. You say that I am frozen, but what can I do? I can feel your sorrow. I sacrifice. You won't forgive me, but I know you'll be alright. It tears me apart, but you will never know what I have
Hello and welcome back to Witchy Tidbits. I am your hostess, Amethyst Storm Moon. Forget to check us out on YouTube, on Facebook, Twitter, and also Google+. Now, we've discussed meditation, craft and paranormal jargon, and protection herbs, stones, and candles. The next topic we're going to cover is psychic vampires. Now, just for clarification, there are 3 types of vampires. You have your psychic like me, your hybrid, and your sanguinian. We're only covering psychic vampires tonight, so let's get started. The psychic vampire feeds on energy. There are those that are aware and those that are not. Those that are not aware just tend to drain whatever around them. They don't even know what's happening. These types of people, it would help them very much if somebody realizes something is wrong to say something to this person. Because once they know what's going on, they can learn to control it. Now, those of us that are aware are into 2 groups. You have your benign and your malevolent. Your malevolent are ones that feed on people. Basically, they don't care what they don't care what the effect is. And then you have the benign, like myself, that get permission first, or I personally find other sources. Okay. My favorite way is via thunderstorm. It can also be done by physical contact or just mental contact. Now, we've all seen the movies Blade, Buffy the Vampire Slayer, Interview with the Vampire. We've heard True Blood and Twilight. Forget what you read in books or saw in movies. I I wear a silver ring. I happen to love the taste of garlic, and I've stepped into a church quite a bit. So, obviously, oh, and by the way, I can go out in the sun. I don't burst into flame, but just wanted to put that out there. There are ways to protect yourself from. Now, the best way is to build up your mental shields. That, of course, is another show. Another way you can do it is you can carry a stone with you. Just a little chip, doesn't have to be anything big. Your best option is obsidian, but if you cannot get a hold of obsidian, amethyst is next best thing. If amethyst isn't in your reach either, you can try either onyx or quartz. Now I'm talking clear quartz, not smoky, not rose, clear quartz. Okay, I think that about covers everything by psychic vampires. On to spirits. Now, I would like to start out by saying a ghost is not a spirit. The terms are used interchangeably, but they're not the same. A ghost refers to an empty shell. Okay? No humanity left, no consciousness, no emotions. I have never met an entity like that. Okay? Every entity I have ever dealt with, and believe me, I've been dealing with them all my life. I grew up with a house full of them, good and bad. So, putting it out there, ghost is not a spirit. 2 different things. Moving on. You have your good spirits, your bad spirits, and your demonic. Now, there is a difference between a demonic entity and a bad spirit. However, tonight we are only going to discuss good spirits. Bad spirits and demonic entities are for another show. Good spirits. You have your guardian spirits or guardian angel, as a lot of people call them. They can be really anything. Deceased family or friend, perhaps a deceased pet. So that's kind of self-explanatory, the guardian portion, isn't it? Next up, you have your wandering spirits. They aren't attached to any specific place. They go wherever. They don't really have a destination. They just kind of wander from place to place, and will until someone is able to help them cross over. Next, we have child spirits. Now, if you ask me, these are the most tragic. These are children that have passed away for whatever reason. Accident, illness, perhaps a malevolent reason, murder, what have you. Child spirits tend to be very mischievous. They'll play a lot of pranks, hide your keys, turn off the lights, turn the water from a nice hot shower to a freezing cold one. They may move your coffee cup, just small things. They're not going to do anything that can cause anybody harm. Okay? Basically, most child spirits just want you to know they are there. They want to be noticed. They want to be acknowledged. Sometimes the best way to get them to move on is to take on the role of a parental figure and assure them that it's okay to move on. Now, another option is if you have a child spirit in your home that's messing with your child's toys at 3 and 4 in the morning, you can try to get them a toy of their own. For a little boy, maybe just like a little Matchbox car, nothing major. Or you can get a dolly for a little girl. It doesn't have to be anything major, just one thing set aside just for them. Now, once you've done that, there are times that the child spirit may move on its own. Now, we've discussed guardian spirits, we have discussed child spirits, wandering spirits, and there is one last group I'd like to talk to you about. Now, there's two groups. I should break this into two groups. So I will. First off, we are going to have what we refer to as oblivious spirits. They do not know they are dead. They continue to go about their routine as if alive and well. Actually, where I live here, in the building, we have several oblivious spirits that you can see them moving up and down the halls, in and out of the elevators, standing at the soda or snack machine. I've seen one a time or two standing in the laundry room, bent over the dryer as if pulling out clothes. It certainly is interesting. These spirits will pass on, but only once you can manage to convince them that they are dead. Now, the more stubborn ones, good luck. Our last category is what we call permanent spirits. A permanent spirit is one whose circumstances make it so the chances of the spirit ever leaving the physical plane is slim to none. A couple of very good examples of instances that would create these types of spirits. 9/11, for example, those that were killed in the World Trade Center. May the goddess guide their spirits someday to Summerland. But due to the circumstances in which they perished, chances of them ever finding the light are very, very slim. Another good example would be the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Russia that had its meltdown. Fire, radiation, explosions. Deaths were just so quick and so violent. It is very possible that these spirits may never find the light either. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say it's 100% guaranteed they will never find the light. You can never say that about any spirit, but their chances are very, very, which kind of compounds the tragedies of these people and their deaths. But, not all spirits are here because they have to. Some spirits choose to remain, be it for reasons to watch over their family, complete something that they hadn't finished yet, or just staying by long enough to say goodbye. I think that covers good spirits pretty well. As always, if you have questions or comments, by all means, we would love to hear from you. You can post it on our Google Plus page, our Twitter, our YouTube channel, or also our Facebook page. Now, if you would prefer to keep questions private, you are more than welcome to inbox us on our Twitter or our Facebook. Any questions that are asked between now and our next taping, which is tomorrow actually, will be answered on the next episode. So we're going to take a musical break. When we come back, we will have our weekly tip and our Q&A. So Stick around with us, and we'll be right back to Witchy Tidbits. welcome back to Witchy Tidbits. I am your hostess, Amethyst Storm Moon, and we so far have discussed meditation, craft and paranormal jargon, protection herbs, stones, and candles, psychic vampires, and spirits. And now we come to the part of our show where we answer questions sent in on our Facebook page, our Twitter account, our YouTube, or our Google Plus page. Now, our first question comes from a young lady. I'm not going to give names or ages. What she asks is, do you have to be Wiccan to be a witch? The answer to that question is no. I have met many Wiccans who do not practice witchcraft. I've also met many pagans and even Christians who do. Religion has nothing to do with witchcraft. Two different things. Witchcraft it has no connection to religion. Yes, your belief system could determine how you practice, such as, do you cast a circle? Do you not? Things like this. So the answer to that question is no. Our next question is from a young man. He says, you talk about magic. Does that mean pulling a rabbit out of our hat? No, it does not, dear. Those are illusions. We're talking about real magic. M-A-G-I-C. Do not get me wrong. The illusions that you see magicians do, many of them are very impressive. And I can honestly say that some of the tricks, I have no idea how they do it. But it's not real magic. It's merely illusion. Our next question comes from another young man. His question is about familiars. He says, does every pagan, Wiccan, or witch have a familiar? The answer to that question is no. I have met several Wiccans that do not have familiars. I have met a couple of witches who do not have a familiar. I've met a few pagans that don't either. The answer to that question is no, we don't all. Most of us do, but not all. Our next question comes from another young man. And he asks, is a witch's familiar always a cat? No. I've met many whose familiar is a dog. I've even met one that her familiar is a fish. Now, I'm sure that sounds kind of funny, but a familiar doesn't have to be a cat, which actually takes us to our next question from a young lady. She asks, what exactly is a familiar? A familiar is an animal of some sort whose spirit is tied irrevocably to yours. Meaning, what you feel, they feel. What they feel, you feel. Now, sometimes it's just for protective reasons. But if you are a witch and practice the craft, your familiar will often assist in spellcasting. Let's see. Our last question comes from another young man. And he says, females are witches, but are male witches really called warlocks? No. Warlock is something completely different. A witch is a witch, whether they're male, female, or somewhere in between. A witch is a witch is a witch. Okay. That concludes our Q&A. Now for your weekly tip. If you are having illness in your home, perhaps one of your kids came home with the flu or maybe a cold, cut an onion and just leave it sitting out in each room of your house. It will prevent the illness from spreading, provided that, of course, you wash your hands and, normal sanitary practice, okay? It's gathering all the bacteria and viruses out of the air. So once everybody is over it, toss the onion and then go about your normal sanitation, Lysol, or whatever you choose to use. So that is our weekly tip. And that brings us to our show's close. Remember that supernatural, the paranormal, and things that you never thought possible really just might be possible after all. Never discount everything. I am Amethyst Storm Moon, your host for Witchy Tidbits. We will see you next week. See you later, and blessed be.